خبزنا كفافنا عطنا اليوم.
This is Garibou, a hot dusty town in the north of Burkina Faso, and this short film is called Waiting at Gates, a day in the life of a Garibou. No, not a caribou, a Garibou. Garibou is the Fulani word for beggar, and it refers to the young Qur'anic students all over West Africa who beg from door to door. Another word sometimes used for these lads is talibe, which means disciple. These two Garibous are 11 years old, and their names are Hamma and Amadou. Every morning, Hamma and Amadou and their friends go far out of town into the bush to collect firewood. They tie up the sticks into big bundles and carry it all back to their yard. It's tiring work. We'll find out later just why these Garibous need so much firewood every day. At lunchtime, Hamma and Amadou go from gate to gate begging for food. When they arrive at a gate, they shout out the words Gido Allah Garibou, Garibou of God, or Garibou al-Silam, Garibou of Islam. It's easy to identify a Garibou because he carries a brightly coloured plastic pot for putting his food in. As you can imagine, Hamma and Amadou spend a lot of time waiting at gates. They wait, and they wait, and they wait. With over 1,000 Garibous working the streets of this one small town, there is a lot of competition. Garibou yita Garibou, goes the Fulani proverb. A beggar hates a beggar. Some days they can wait until the sheep come home and not be given anything. Time and time again they are turned away from the gate with the words Allah no, which means may God provide. Most days, sooner or later, God does provide. This man here is giving Amadou 25 francs, which he can use to buy a small bag of peanuts or 5 bite-sized millet pancakes. Half an hour later, Hamma gets lucky too, with a handful of leftover couscous. Today is Friday, when people gather at the mosque for communal prayers. Friday is a lucrative day for Garibous. Hamma and Amadou's friends are hanging around at the entrance to the mosque there, appealing to passing worshippers for spare change. Almsgiving is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. If you give to a Garibou, you will be blessed. They're not just begging for themselves, though. They're also begging on behalf of their marabou. Like a modern-day Fagin, the marabou waits for his artful dodgers to come back home every evening with the day's winnings, and he will be expecting the lion's share. If Hamma and Amadou arrive back empty-handed, their marabou will give them a severe beating. Night falls, and the people of Garibou go to bed. No such luck for the Garibous. Their real work happens at night. This is what they collected all that firewood for, and those wooden slates you saw. Welcome to Garibou Night School, sitting around the fire, writing out sections of the Quran, and then chanting them over and over, learning the verses off by heart. They study from 7 o'clock in the evening to 11 o'clock at night, and then get up again at 4 in the morning and study until the call to prayer at 5:30. The goal is to memorize the entire Quran, all 103 chapters of it. Hamma, Amadou and their friends don't understand Arabic. They have no idea what they're chanting, but they do know that this is God's holy word, and that if they master it, one day they will be able to become marabous themselves, with Garibous of their own.